everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to Page 3 Hot Topics this week. We are talking all things World Cup. Matt Hancock, has your opinion on him changed? He did come third in I'm a Celeb. Meghan and Harry's Netflix documentary, whilst his brother and his sister-in-law is over in the US at the moment. Funny how they dropped the trailer at the same time. And would you ever be friends with your ex's new partner? Discussing all of that today on Page 3 Hot Topics. So if you do have any questions that you would like to ask any of the girls, and including in the hot seat section where you can ask more personal questions, then do let us know. Okay, girls, World Cup football time. Have you been watching, or because of where it is at the moment, you've taken a stand not to? Kate?
I've seen enough of it in the background. I haven't gone out my way to watch it, but I've kind of seen a lot of the highlights. My boyfriend's obsessed with it, so
yeah, that is a classic. That is a classic. Jess, have you seen much of the World Cup?
So I was away on the weekend in Amsterdam, and I watched a little bit of the American and English game, but I was quite drunk, so I can't really remember it, to be honest with you.
Well, that would be quite different from some of the fans there at the moment with all the drinking bans and stuff. So usually we get from the World Cup some mad stories, don't we, about boozy revelers and stuff, which has just been something that we've not seen this year due to the drinking laws. Barbie, do you think that's changed this World Cup at all in comparison to others?
I think the drinking ban's quite a good thing. Like the strict rules over there with the drinking, I believe you're not allowed to swear, no rubbish and things. I think that's really good, and it has kept a lot of bad things out of the media on that side of things. But yeah, I think it's been better with the no drink, no fighting. Not that I've seen anyway.
No, there definitely hasn't been a lot of fighting, and we have spoken about this before. Jess, you said you were watching it in Amsterdam, and obviously it was quite boozy. If you got given the opportunity to go to Qatar instead, would you rather have stayed in Amsterdam or gone to Qatar?
I guess I would stay in Amsterdam, but I do really like holidays in Dubai and stuff. But I know there's so many horrible moral implications around it, so I wouldn't, because I'm not evil. But I wouldn't like to turn down the holiday, no. But it's very wrong, so no, I wouldn't go.
Yeah, there's been lots of controversy around it, obviously with human rights in Qatar, and it's still gone ahead nevertheless, despite the fact that they did say that they would improve things in time for the World Cup. They haven't met every single one of those points that they said that they would on the deal that they got. Kate, do you think it still should have gone ahead then, despite them doing this?
No, I don't think it should have been in Qatar. I really don't think it's an appropriate location. Based on, I think they infringe on human rights, so I think they should have had it somewhere else.
Yeah. Barbie, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Kate. They've obviously not met the requirements, so really it shouldn't have been there, but I don't know how that's happened.
Yeah, well, lots and lots of money involved. Jess, final thoughts on the World Cup in Qatar?
Yeah, I don't think it was right. It's kind of taken away the spirit of football. Even the fact that it's in November, I just think is wrong. It doesn't feel like the World Cup at all.
So no, it's usually in the summer, isn't it? And it is like all the gardens and everything are absolutely packed, and people have got the flags outside the windows and stuff at England. But they seem to be doing well, but there's had lots of tops and turns already in this World Cup, with quite a few shocks along the way, not only on the pitch but off the pitch. So we're going to take this to a poll now to see what you guys thought. Let's have a look if we can. Do you think England will win the World Cup? Yes, 15%. At least people are honest. Does anyone disagree with this? Barbie, do you think the boys are going to bring it home?
I've got to think positive and think yes, they'll bring it home. So
good. Kate, are you more of a realist?
I voted yes on this poll. I actually voted on this one. I would love to see them win. They've done so well in the Euros. And I think it could be anyone's game. I mean, Germany are not in it anymore, right? And then we saw like Japan and Spain. Japan won. So we might win it. Who knows? Hopefully.
Who knows? This is very true. Maybe. Jess, odds on. Who do you think's going to win? England?
I wouldn't be surprised if England won. I wouldn't be surprised at all because they have a really good team now, don't they? Like full of like young, sprightly men. I guess like last time, they didn't have the same team. So yeah, no, I wouldn't be shocked at all. Stranger things have happened.
I think if the women were playing, then I think that poll would be very different. As I think they would have more chances of bringing it home in comparison to the men. Not that I'm saying that the men don't have the ability to do so, but the women track record is far better for England right now. Okay, we're going to move on from World Cup chat, as I'm sure we'll be discussing this a lot in the next coming weeks. And we're going to move on to Matt Hancock. He came third in I'm a Celeb. Kate's smiling in the corner. She seems very happy about this. Kate, has your opinion changed on him since he went into the I'm a Celeb?
My opinion when he went in was good, and it's even better now. I actually placed a bet on that he was going to win in the early days, and then he kept getting through. I was like, oh my God, I might actually win this, but no, he didn't win, so I'm disappointed.
Oh, so you didn't get any money or return on that bet then? No. Okay. But he came third. Barbie, do you think this is a bit of a surprise, the fact that he came third?
To be honest, I haven't been watching it, but from what I've seen from like highlights and stuff, like at the end of the day, he's human. We've all made mistakes, and in that lockdown, I could name hundreds of people that broke rules. So I just think just because he is who he is, that he got more of a bad name for it than like a normal person would. So I've just always thought of him as just an MP. Really, he's just. I don't think of him bad, and I don't think of him as good. He's just as he is. He's just human.
See, that's a very sympathetic view on him. I'm going to ask Jess now. Do you have a different view on Matt Hancock?
Yes, I don't have a sympathetic view on Matt Hancock at all. I don't like him, and I can't believe that he got so far in the show. I think it's outrageous, if you will.
Do tell me why you think it is outrageous.
I just think he's gross. I don't think he should have been in there from the start. I think he's got weird air about him. I think he's got cheek. Yeah, I just don't like him at all. Never will, ever.
And that changed through the pandemic, I'm guessing, with him working directly with the rules for lockdown that he broke quite publicly.
Yeah, I just think he set a terrible example. It was just wrong. I just think he makes my skin crawl.
Interesting. Okay, I think we're getting a few comments. So we'll bring them up and we'll discuss them shortly. Hopefully Matt will come home and sort out my potholes now from Kev. We have to bear in mind, this is one of the arguments. I think, Jess, you just slightly said that there. He is still a working MP, and lots of people were quite furious. I know if he was my local MP and I had a few issues which I need to sort out, maybe not potholes, but something which I needed to go to my local MP about, and he was on a reality TV show instead. And yes, he could get access to emails if it was an emergency, but it wasn't an emergency matter, so he couldn't do it because I was just a local resident and it wasn't national security matters. I would be a bit annoyed. Can you not see that point of view, Kate?
Obviously, he took a 3-week trip out there, but today he's actually in Parliament pushing a bill and his dyslexia bill. So he's back already working, and he's probably got more notoriety now. So people have heard about the bill he's pushing today. So he's still out there straight after coming out of the jungle.
But he still got paid an MP's salary whilst he was in the jungle.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of an issue. But yeah, I do hear what you mean about the dyslexia. But I actually, and I don't know if this is down to TV editing, but I only heard him talk about this once. Barbie, do you think he brought and shone enough of a light on the dyslexia subject, which he wanted to shine a light on in the jungle? Or do you think the fact that it was all edited down TV, that it just didn't get played?
Yeah, I didn't see any of that. So I'm not sure where that was, or whether the TV has edited it out or put it in. I've not seen anything about that. I didn't even know he had that, to be fair.
Yeah, no, that's the whole point of him saying that, of going in, was apparently to shine a light on dyslexia. Intriguing.
Yeah, not at all.
I'm not sure how much of a job he did doing that, but we did see him getting met by his girlfriend, Gina, who he used to work with, who, when that whole lockdown happened, there was that big picture of them snogging, is probably the way to say it, on a security camera in an office, in a private office, but it did get leaked. He was met by her on the bridge. Jess, what are your thoughts on that? The fact that obviously this is all connected to the lockdown, and for people who perhaps have lost people through COVID, etc., and they are seeing Matt Hancock with the woman, that probably is a bit of a trigger for them with that photo. What do you think about it?
Again, I just think it's like a total tone deaf thing to do. There's just no regard for like the pain or hurt that they might have caused. And I know he's not the sole reason why people died during COVID. I get that. But maybe he is being what's the word? Villainized? Basically, it's a bit of a witch hunt, and I get that. But if that's the case, then surely you would just keep your head down and not rub it in people's faces. And I think that maybe bringing her, it just feels really like tactless and just not very nice, I don't think.
Yeah, okay.
And then I'm biased because I don't like him, so I'm never gonna.
Yeah, and we do need a balance on the panel. We've got people who love him and people who dislike him here. Kev said that too many people are basically having a pop at him for just kind of doing his job. Barbie, do you think that perhaps now that Matt Hancock has set an example of going into I'm a Celeb, that it is now going to give or set an example for other politicians perhaps to go into reality TV whilst they're working, and perhaps that's a bit dangerous?
See, I didn't actually know he was still a working MP. I thought he resigned, that was it. So I didn't actually know until you've just said that he was still working. So I do think that is a bit dangerous, like he's supposed to be serving his duties. But yeah, maybe it will make other people want to go in, and especially if they've got a bad reputation, I guess it's a way to show who you really are, like Matt did.
Oh, it's a great PR spin. I mean, it's the biggest PR. I mean, when he went in there was such uproar, and the fact that he's changed public opinion so much, I'm quite surprised by, and I'm a journalist, and I'm actually quite surprised at how quickly things did turn around for him. I'd be interested to see where his political career goes after this. Kate, would you like to see him as the PM then?
I don't think he would ever get elected as the PM. I don't know if I'd like to see him as the PM. I've never really thought about it. I wouldn't be against it, but I don't think he'd ever get elected. He did actually run once, but
he did, but he didn't get very far with it.
So.
But he won't earn enough as much as being PM as he would going into I'm a Celebrity. Apparently he got about £400,000. So yeah, hope he gets his kids some lovely presents for Christmas. Let's have a look at the poll now and see what you guys thought about Matt Hancock's redemption. Should Matt Hancock return to work as an MP after his I'm a Celeb appearance? No. 66%. Yes, 33%. So Barbie, the majority of people have said no, you shouldn't go back to work. Would you be in agreement?
I'm not sure on that. You know, I generally didn't know he was an MP, so
yeah. He's still working.
Probably not then. Probably not. Just because he's taken that time out, he's gone and done that. So what's the point in even going back now?
Yeah, he's certainly set a standard for politicians, hasn't he? Jess, I'm guessing you don't want to see him return to work as an MP.
No, I think he's just made a fool out of himself.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to see him in the same light anymore. Kate, I'm guessing you quite like seeing him now in the House of Commons today doing his dyslexia speech.
I do indeed.
Okay, all right then. A good balance on the panel. We're going to move on now to a Netflix series, which has been much debated on Patriot Hot Topics before and previously. Well, it's now been announced. It will be released next week, and they have dropped a trailer which shows a very different side to Harry and Meghan. They're obviously a more modern couple. They're very open and very PDA in public, holding hands, which is very different from other members of the royal family. I personally think it's quite nice to see. But this documentary is more than just holding hands. You can see in it, in the trailer, that Meghan is crying. There's some pretty emotive pictures within the trailer, and they very much want it coming from their point of view. Now, lots of people are excited to see it, but it's not been a great week for the royal family in general. There has been a race row happening this week. Prince of Wales and the Princess of Wales are doing their first abroad trip into the US with their new titles. Obviously, just round the corner from when Harry and Meghan are. And Netflix have decided to drop the trailer whilst they're trying to go to charities and completely sort of overshadowing what they're doing. It's just been a bit of a mess this week. So my question is, do you think Netflix should have dropped this at a different time when relationships between the whole royal family are already strained as it is, Jess?
I guess, to be honest, there's never, if you were to type into, say, or maybe I won't say this actually, just any like news website, if you were just to type in the royals, there's always something. So they may as well just get it over and done with and just release it, because it's never like a quiet day for them, is it? So no time like the present.
Yes, no time like the present. This also comes at a time when obviously Harry is also releasing a book in January, so it's sort of double bubble. Barbie, thoughts on them dropping a trailer at the same time as Prince and Princess of Wales being in the US visiting charities, and now that seems to be overlooked?
I think there's no right or wrong time to drop that. And if the series or documentary, whatever it is coming out next week, then the trailer has to be released at some point. So I just think whether they were going to release it now or tomorrow or whenever, they're still going to find something to pick at it.
Yes, we always knew that this was going to create drama. Kate, do you have any differing opinions on this?
Yeah, I've always been a really big fan of Harry and Meghan. However, I do think dropping it the same days that William and Kate are in Boston, I think Meghan and Harry would have had quite a bit of leverage over Netflix. So why couldn't they just wait a few days? So I don't think it's a complete coincidence.
I mean, if you were in the royal family and your brother was doing this, would you be a bit annoyed, Kate?
Yeah, I probably would. I mean, just another 48 hours later would have been a bit more appropriate.
It's almost like going to someone's wedding and then announcing that you're engaged at their wedding reception.
Yeah.
It's the kind of same sort of thing, isn't it? But obviously on a very different public sphere. Kev, I'm sure Netflix had it planned to drop at this date. There's far too much involved to release a TV show, not because of what other royals are currently doing. Again, it's Reds twisting this to make a story. Now, obviously, from a journalist perspective, we are covering both Harry and Meghan, and we're covering both the royal family. So we're obviously going to put two and two together. And I don't think anybody would be foolish enough, if you're a journalist or not, to not make that link, is the argument I would say, Kev. But yes, anything with Harry and Meghan obviously is debated and spoken about, if it's coming from a journalist or not. Jess, obviously Netflix dropped this, and at the same time, the Queen's passing was earlier this year, so dates had to be changed. Are you very much of the opinion that no time is a good time to do this?
Yeah, I just think like they may as well just get it out there, and they're never gonna get anything right, Harry and Meghan, like in everyone's opinion. So just drop it, get it out there, and then that's it. Then it's done. Well, I guess there'll be loads of controversy surrounding it. I'm really excited to watch it, to be honest. I think it's going to be really good.
I'm excited to watch it too. I'm actually intrigued to see what and how these issues arose, and more of a personal personal documentary style series.
Mm.
Barbie, do you think it will be a true reflection of what happens, or do you think it will be too Hollywooded?
I'm hoping it's a true reflection, because that will have a more positive impact from it. I think, you know, if they're being like you said, a modern family, then people can relate and things, rather than it being like televised or people telling them what to say or twisting it to make it. So I'm hoping it's 100%.
Yeah. Kate, will you be watching?
Yeah, I'll absolutely be watching it. Just the thing that kind of confuses me is, obviously Meghan says on the trailer, doesn't it make sense to hear it from our side? I kind of thought we had that with their US interview with
Yeah,
Oprah.
the Oprah interview.
I would really think though they would have so much control over this Netflix series now she's saying that. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you make a good point. And what Prince Harry has alluded to is the fact that he's releasing his own book. If you were to type into Google or your search engine right now, Prince Harry book, there have been so many books written about him and his life, but it's never actually come from him. So, you know, it's one of those ones, hearing it from them yourself. But you make a good point about the Oprah interview. I thought that was supposed to be something like a tell all. So I'm intrigued to see what else they're saying within the series. But obviously it comes at a time where we have got people who are very much suffering in a cost of living crisis, having real severe issues happening, and they can't feed their kids, etc. I mean, it is a very, very tough time for people. And then Harry and Meghan are very much in the camp of, we've been through such a tough time. Do you think they're reading the room right, Jess?
I don't know. I mean, it's really hard, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a really hard one, because I guess define a tough time. Like, they have been through a tough time, as in there was like a media witch hunt out for them. So although it's not a tough time in the sense of like they're affected by the cost of living or like the rising energy prices and stuff like that, that I think constantly being nitpicked in the media would have such an effect on like the average person's mental health.
Yes,
so I do think it's fair for them to say that. I do. It is obviously, maybe keep it to yourself, but they are humans. Like, it doesn't matter how much money you have and stuff. If you're constantly getting berated in the media, then yeah, you could say you've had a tough time.
Yeah, that's true. It's a very different scale, isn't it? I mean, they're very much spoken about worldwide. Oh, we got two of you there, Barbie. Kev, it's another earner for them now, as they're not being paid by the royal purse. Fair play to them. That's also another good point, is they need to become financially independent. So, you in agreement that they've done this documentary, Barbie?
What was that? Sorry, my screen went off.
No, it's okay. Kev said it's another earner for them now, as they're not being paid by the royal purse. Fair play to them. Obviously, that's a good point. They need to become financially independent, and their seller is the fact that they are part of the royal family. So would you be in agreement that if you were them, you'd also do a documentary too?
Yeah, I guess if I was approached and I really wanted to get my side of the story across, then I would. But I do agree with Kate, like, she already did the interview that was massive. So I'm not really sure what else there is to say.
Yeah, this is true. Okay, let's take it to a poll now to see what you guys thought. Will you be watching the new Meghan and Harry Netflix documentary? This is a Daily Star page 3 audience, bear in mind. 63% no, yes, 36%. So that's interesting. But are we all going to be watching it? Just nod. Yeah, I think also for research purposes, girls, for research purposes. Okay, let's move on then to, would you ever get with your exes? Not get with. Sorry. Would you ever be best friends with your ex's new girlfriend? I know I wouldn't. I would not be able to keep my thoughts about my ex to myself. And if they had an argument or something and he started showing behaviors perhaps that he'd shown to me in the past, I'd find it very difficult to just sit back and listen. And I would end up probably having quite a weird relationship with my friend because of it. But it seems these two girls seem to be getting along very, very well. And they seem to be the best of friends now. They haven't let it get to them. Kate, would you be friends with your ex's new girlfriend?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it is strange. Jess, would you be?
My ex-boyfriend, no, absolutely not. But if I was, when some people break up and they remain friends,
Yes.
if that was the case, then yeah, no worries, because obviously you bring your girlfriend to the pub and stuff, so that'd be fine. But my personal ex, absolutely not, no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. I'm just speaking from personal experience here.
Yeah, from personal experience, not a chance.
No. Barbie.
Absolutely not. No.
Absolutely not. That was a firm no. Okay then. Well, yeah, that story did seem to go viral. They seem to be getting along very well, and may their friendship last in happiness. We're going to take it to a poll to see what you guys thought about this bonkers story. Could you be friends with your ex's new partner? No, 68%, but 33% very kind, hearted souls who have said yes. Well, good for you. Okay, then we're now going to go to the hot seat, and this week it is with Barbie. Okay, great. Well, we are going to have the hot seat with Barbie this week. So if you've got any questions for Barbie, then please do let us know in the comment section. Jess, any questions to kick things off in the hot seat this week?
Yes. What's the next holiday you have booked, Barbie?
So I'm going to Denmark next week.
Oh, nice.
I chose that one because I've never been, and I did have it booked in the lockdown, and it got cancelled. And they've got a really good Christmas market, so I thought we'll go to Copenhagen.
Oh, nice. Who are you going with?
I'm taking my mum.
Ah, that'd be lovely. So nice. Love that.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. Kate, your turn.
Yep. So if you had to go on either I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, or SAS, Who Dares Wins, which one would you go on?
I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, just because I've always watched that growing up, and I'm not too sure on the other program, but yeah, I'd definitely do it.
That would be a good one, and I'm sure it would give you memories of a lifetime. Barbie, we're coming up to New Year's already. We are now officially in December. For a New Year resolution that you think you'll actually stick to?
Probably just like continue going to the gym. I've got back into it this month, so I want to continue and make sure I don't slide off during this Christmas period and then into the new year. So I'll probably just keep up.
Very easy to slide off. Very easy to slide off. Barbie, if you weren't a model, what other career would you want to do?
Growing up, I always liked the thought of being a midwife or something to do with like paramedics. So probably, yeah, something to do with that.
That's very sweet. That's very giving. Jess, your turn.
What's your favourite city and why?
Favourite city, definitely New York. The people are just so nice. There's so many opportunities out there. And yeah, it's just like really positive, really happy. There's always something to do. It never sleeps. So yeah, definitely my favourite.
Nice.
Lovely, lovely. Kate, your turn.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I don't even know what that means.
Explain, Kate, explain.
So an introvert is how would I it's funny I can't even explain it now. An extrovert is someone who really likes people, there's a lot of social elements, they love that. An introvert kind of keeps himself to themselves a bit more and likes their own.
I'd say I like to keep myself to myself, even though I am sociable and stuff, but I'm very like keep myself to myself.
Yeah, small circle, circle. Okay. Do you have certain things you want to tick off by a certain age? Like, do you have any goals like that?
No, I used to, and then I thought there's no rush in this life. I'll just take each day as it comes. So I don't need to write a checklist. I don't need to do things by a certain age, because if it's going to happen, it's going to happen when it happens.
Okay, great. All right then, Barbie, it has been a pleasure to have you in the hot seat this week. Thank you for all your comments and your questions, and of course the panel today. You can catch all the girls over on our Instagram story and of course our Twitter as well. So go take a look there, and thank you very much, girls, for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.